So this is new song time, and going to give you a new song here called Spanish Woman. Spanish Woman is no in particular, but it's written, had to be a fast written song because a bunch of people were coming on by. One was a bass player, and I had to do something very easy in the bass. So I made a bass line that is, look at that, look at the funny thing. Hold on, that it is an eighth note followed by a 16th note, two 16th notes. And in my rhythming wording, I call an eighth note one, like that. And by the way, I call a quarter note long. I always think it takes longer to say the word long than it does to take the word one. Anyways, but I always said two 16th notes, even, are the word funny. So basically, the bass line of this is one funny, 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 one forever. Look how many times. Oh wait, hold on, I'll go into there. Wow. So one funny, 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 one. Okay, so watch this. Look how long it goes. All the way through the entire page. All the way through the entire page. But what is happening on top of that D? Oh, by the way, it's a D. D. Oh, what does it sound like? I'll go up the top. Now, the basic idea was during the verse of the song, Spanish Woman here, I would do different chords on top of that D. So the bass player only had to play that D, and he even had to play this rhythm. But this is what I wanted him to play, but he could play. Which I think later on in this song I use, but you could play any D rhythm that you wanted to in the bass. Any octave you wanted to, here or here, any octave block you wanted to. But basically the thumb is doing all the work. Well, one funny, one funny, one funny, one. And the along with it, it could be considered, I guess, a quarter note, but it's actually eighth noted here. A eighth note, like 1, 1, 1 on the beat. So like the upbeat is the 2/16th and the downbeat is this 1, but it's octave on the downbeat. On the upbeat, it's just the thumb. So it's slowed down. See that all along? But you hear this going at the same time. Hear it? There, I'll do it lower. It makes it so much cooler than just going with both. Well, that's cool too. But I said, why not make a little bit of a variation in that? Go against together. Isn't it cool? The octave block, the higher. Where I am. The whole idea was the bass player was coming on by this party can play D, open D, that's an open D. In any rhythm they wanted to, but I wanted to try to play this rhythm, which I already said. But, that's the idea. All right, so what I want to do is take that D and put different chords on top of it, fraction it. First, I'm going to make it D minor. Then the next one I was like, I could have gone to any chord, anywhere, whatever, but I just went to within the D minor, and what is within the D minor legal suite notes? 4, 2, 7. And so I used those notes and I made a melody. Here it is. All those notes, that's the 4 is the G, that's the minor third is the F, that's the 4 is the G, and look, there's the D, 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 and the fifth is A. So all of those notes in the melody, including the first D minor chord, are legal and sweet. No sourness expected here. Then the next part of the verse is a fraction. And that's what I discovered while I was just fooling around on that D. I like to go D, not just a C, the D bass, but a C6. Why? Because I'm using the common tone of the first note of the song, A, and doing it again. and keeping it A. Because that's kind of a melody. It is a melody. But then I wanted to go back to A, but I want a different chord. So I'm going to fraction it with a C and a D bass. Start at the beginning. And then all 4 notes. Look like that 4th chord. I call it the 4 chord. I love these 4 chords. A, D, G. Isn't that cool? I remember I can do it either octave. Down here or up here. C6 with the D bass. Then I continue with the same melody, but now we're in the C6D range and also to another fraction that I discovered just by fooling around. I just took the same note D and I played all possible notes on top of it. All top of the chords, majors and minors on top of it until I find some that I like. One of them I found was B flat with a D bass. It's actually a really kind of a cool chord because it's within the regular 3-note chord, 4-note by octave, but it's the second note up from it. But it's such a cool note, but I get to keep that D. So this next chord is B flat 6. Once again, I'm kind of keeping a melody going on top by using the legal suite notes. That's a C. This is back. I'm jumping back here. C6 with a D, and then I go to a B flat 6 with a D, and then back to a C with a D, and then a little turnaround. And a little Western flair. I always call this kind of Western. I remember I used to call this Western music. Like, what kind of music is that? Oh, it's not country, it's Western. Riding a horse on the plains. Isn't that cool? I'm just playing it now on the second line. Start. It's common tone in this, in verse. And it changes to where this arrow is. C6, keeping the A. Into a B flat 6. Here it is, B flat 6. I'm going to duplicate the little finger into the thumb. Still D bass. Still, and then C bass. Oh, they have a little walking note. By the way, earlier in this, I was saying that someone was a turnaround note where it went. That's not a turnaround note. That's a little twirl, or a little. Here it is down here. This is not a turnaround. Turnaround something different. This would be a little trill note. And this is the Western part. And the Western part. All right, so and then I took this basic stuff and I have some in-between notes and I get a whole of the same note down. I'm holding the same note down. And there's the melody. Except this time I went. But what did I do? I didn't go. I still kept the do, you know. But instead of the solid chord, I broke the chord and I walked the thumb, like walking like back and forth. So every other, I went like a D minor inverted. That's A, D, F. And then I walked between the 4, which is a legal suite note in a minor, and 4. So I walked underneath the melody that was holding up there. And then as it appears to go back and forth, when those melody moves quick on those just walking notes of the melody, I just walked into a chord note that was available to me, legal note. Sounded cool. And then when I went to the D minor, oh wait, hold on. Oh yeah, in the D minor, the inversion, I walk the 2, 1, 2, 3 of D minor. Here's the 2 right here. I walk the 2 with my thumb between the minor third and the 2, and the minor third and the 2, underneath the melody note. Which it's pointed instead of using the pointer. Here. All right, so then here, C6, once again, common tone, but then I'm breaking the note. But look what I'm using underneath it. I'm using of a C chord, I'm using the C, the E, the 6, and the 5. So I'm really not going out of the C6. Here's the C6, it's inverted. Remember, inversions. So I'm everything. Inversions are everything. And so I'm going... And then when I'm not even going to do the walking notes in between. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go right to the next hold where I'm doing a little thumb action here between my 3 and my 2. Then when I go to the C6, I just walk between the 6 and the 5. I'm not going to play the in-between notes. I'm just going to go to the next chord. What do I do in the B flat? I go to the 6. It's a B flat 6. I walk between the 5 because the inversion is kind of stretched already. I come back to the 6. 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6. And then, of course, back to the C with the D bass, and I'm just going to walk between the C and the 2. And then my twirl note. Twirl instead of trilling. I'm sorry, my trill note. Instead of trill note, it just goes. And I stay right. I'm not going to walk in between. I'm not going to go to the 7. I'm not going to go 2 with my walk. I'm going to stay right pure because I'm going to do a Western. Western, just like I did a Western flair. It's a Western song and has that riding through the plains. And that's right here in this octave, actually, block from the beginning. Let's see the beginning. Hear that? I'll do it up an octave. Those walk notes are all legal sweet notes. The 4 of a D minor. There's a 3. These I'm talking mellow notes. Here's the melody, top note. Top note of this the C6 is A. G is the 6th of that. E is the 3rd of C, and then the little twirl. And with that, hear it, hear it. C6 with that. Twirl note. Here comes the Western part. Right? Now, what if you did that same thing with a broken chord on here? Same melody. Here, I was doing this before. But instead, I'm not going to just hold a chord underneath it like this. I'm going to break it. Break it up, walking thumb. Hear it? Same melody. Twirl note. Remember at the end there, I don't go to anything. I don't go to a 2 or a 7. I just stay right there. There is a chorus. The chorus, that's cool, isn't it? That is really cool stuff. So the chorus actually goes into these chords. I'd just like to talk about the chords this week on that because they're nice basic chords. So I'm a D, D, D. And I remember this bass player is coming over to the house. We're going to jam in front of people. So I have to have an easy bass part. And I said, you can do this D part in any rhythm you want. I keep the same chords happening. On D, just stay on D, just jam a D. It was easier for him to learn, right? But now I think, well, what do I have to do for a chorus? That's for the verse. Stay on D, D, the entire verse, D. One note. You can do it. It'll have fun. And I want to go somewhere. Okay, I was fooling around from where do I go? You know, I go to here. Do I go to here? Do I go to here? Do I go to here? I kind of like that. But I like it. Oh, yeah. I kind of like the G minor. From the D minor. Okay, wait here. Here's the melody. Turn the page. What's this? What is that? Arpeggiated D minor, just D minor, as fast as you can. Turned out to be 64th notes. It might have been, 64th notes. The MIDI program picked the 64th notes. I was playing 64th notes. Yay! Pretty even, too. Hard to play even. But that was cool. We're going to do something special there. But look at those 64th notes coming up. And let's in the back here. Let's just blast here. Look at this part again. It's just like flying. That's why I like unweighted keys. Everyone's like, why do you get these weighted keys? They're heavier and heavier and heavier. There's springs against you, pushing against you. You're like against the spring all the time. No. Control on a light touch is really cool and hard to do. I've learned that myself, but I'm just saying. I mean, semi-weighted, okay, semi-weighted at the very most, but never weighted. Semi, just like natural. I always liked the plastic. I can feel the plastic in this, but you can fly into even. Look at those even 64th notes. I try to do that on a weighted key. They won't come out even when your MIDI program plays it back. It'll be like uneven. Some will be 16th notes. Some will be 32nd notes. Some will be 64th notes, whatever. But or triplets or whatever. But that's cool. Even Steven. That's all I can think of. This is the chorus. Melody. Solid chords version.